bad move, Bubbles. Bad move. Yeah, everybody. Now, little Rover, let's hope that we have enough materials in here to create at least one protective slab around this planet. And the shell apparently is faster than the Trailblazer. Makes sense. Makes sense. Hello there, I'm the Biz Manager and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Now, today my friends, we are going to go on a space mission, as we have been doing for the past few episodes. Today's objective would be to have touchdown on the water world. Getting a touchdown dupe kind, or in this case rocket kind, because if a dupe is here, a rocket is here. Getting a rover over here is going to be very easy within like a few cycles. We are going to be doing that. Our colonization rocket should be around home now, maybe? Yes, it is. Perfect. We'll launch it at the end of the last episode. It's already here because the distance is so small. In any case, just to make sure that, because this thing doesn't work very well, I don't know why. I'm going to set the limit to 20,000, to 2,000 I mean, and hopefully the dupes will bring enough suit that it will justify us sticking around this place for a little bit. We still need... oh, I just remembered something. Yeah, we are going to have to bombard this planet with far more resources than usual, because these things are very deep. Any packet that lands over here, it's lost, like forever. The deep sea monsters will get it and we won't. So, change of plans. I'm going to have to change my plans on the fly. We are going to land a rover, mine a little bit of this sandstone so that we can create a slab all over the planet, so that our interplanetary packets don't get lost. So the suits are not really a priority. Let's go back so that we don't get all the suits in the colony stuck in space for a little while. This can go back to 15. Let's just refuel this rocket and send it into the water world. And I see some melted stuff. Because of course. Now my friends, I still need to babysit this planet a little bit. I need to come over here every so often to remove the gold from this volcano. We cannot accumulate a bunch of materials over here, otherwise we run the risk of creating a block. So once the metal, in this case the gold, reaches the temperature of the water, which is the case, I come over here and I just sweep it out of the chamber. And hopefully this thing will create steam soon. It shouldn't take too much longer now. I might have some bad news, my friends. Unfortunately, the steam pressure is not enough to crush the oxygen, which led to an unfortunate situation. Okay, we have to return here, like almost immediately. Because, yeah, if the steam temperature reaches a certain temperature, all of our machinery is going to go bye-bye. This is unfortunate. Alright, my friends, so our rocket has been resupplied, or mostly resupplied. Yeah, the suit's always the same thing. Whatever, we still have a few over there, that's all that we care, so let's just acknowledge the warnings. Let's launch the rocket. Now, you might be noticing that I made a few changes to the automation of this starport. I have to admit I am a little bit tired of just pressing buttons to refuel the rocket, right? Until this point, the way to refuel the rocket was I would come over here, press one of these buttons, and the respective line would activate, and then I would just deactivate it later. But now, using a few memory toggles. Hello, game. Could you please? Thank you. Oh, I lost the ability to zoom. Okay. Thank you. That is going to make things a little bit complicated, but in any case, let's go like this. So the rocket, once it arrives on the platform, it sends a green signal, right? But I was having a little bit of a hard time because this green signal like just would overrun any other kind of automation and just keep the lines open. So I had to convert this green signal constant into a green signal pulse. The way to do this is we use a memory toggle with this line activating the signal and then going into a filler gate, waiting 5 seconds and then activating the reset button. Both being green at the same time turns this line red. However, the pulse has already been transmitted into another memory toggle. And this memory toggle, right, becomes active, green, sends a signal to the pump to send the fuel, and once the fuel comes through the return line, it activates the sensor, which activates the reset button, toggling everything red, even though the rocket is still here. Once the rocket goes, this goes red, and resets the entire system. The rocket comes back, sets another green signal, and then everything happens again. Much simpler. It's just because I don't like having fuel in the lines constantly, because if we have a lot of rockets in here, they are going to be receiving like a packet of fuel every 5 minutes, and that is not ideal. With this, we can maximize the speed at which we refuel our rockets, not wasting fuel in the return lines. Alright, my friends, we have returned, but we are not going to stay in here for a very long time, that much is certain. We just need to get rid of this line of oxygen over there, and this line of oxygen over there, and we need to do it quickly. We are just going to pop open the steam chamber over here and over there. That should kick the oxygen out, and then we'll rebuild those tiles super quickly. In fact, let's just like go like this. This way the dupes only focus on building these thingies. Oh, I still have the rover over here. I could have done this without the dupes coming over here, but that's fine. There we go. Let's now close these off once again very quickly. Alright, we made a small mess. Okay, we let go some of the steam, but that's fine, that's fine. We can mop it up later. Or, in fact, you know what? This water is even going to help us keep the temperature of the steam turbine. Yeah, let's think about this way. And we didn't lose that much steam, so it's not the end of the world. Now, these guys over here, they probably are going to have a bad time precisely because of that, but we don't care too much about them because they have already collected all of the junk that we had, so that's fine. Let's move on to the next one, shall we? And voila, in one cycle we got everything rolling. There is fleeing. Bad move, Bubbles. Bad move. Yeah, everybody back into your thingies. These dudes are not exactly happy. We have an egg over here, so yeah, I'm glad that we are leaving this planet. Now, my friends, we have achieved our objective over here. We have collected all, removed, in this case, all of the oxygen from within the chambers. These things should work as intended from here on out, so I don't think we need to worry too much about this anymore. Oh no! The game has crashed. Well, my friends, that was so fun that now we get to do it twice. Alright. The rocket is here. Once again, deja vu, right? Let's do this. Come on. Deconstruct this tile and deconstruct this tile with these priorities, please. There we go, creating a ginormous mess, but now all is fixed. Let's move on, let's do the other one. Deconstruct that one, deconstruct that one. Bam, bam. And there we go, perfect. Now, Bubbles, don't get in there. Okay, last time I think that she got so scared that the game crashed. So we are just going to leave this planet right now, and we'll return later. Alright, my friends, so now... Oh, this has already sent a green signal. I thought it would only send a green signal once the rocket touches down, but yeah. With this now we can see that the system is sending a green signal requesting the fuel, and the fuel is now coming through here. Once the rocket is filled up, everything should go back into red. In fact, why have you... oh, because I have placed you in the wrong pipe. Oh my lord. Okay. Uh-huh. Very smart of me. Okay. Alright, my friends, we'll have to pretend that you didn't saw that. Okay, now the sensor is built on the correct pipe. So a way to test this, we have this rocket not fully resupplied over here. All we have to do is cut the line, wait for that thing to go red. There we go. So now everything should work as intended, as you could see. That continuous signal was turned into a pulse. That pulse activated a pump, I think. Yep, the pump is now sending the fuel. And once the thingy is filled up and the fuel comes through the return line, everything is going to return back to red. Alright, my friends, a new morning, a new rocket launch. Our rocket has been fully resupplied. We have like probably the entire colony worth of atmosuits in here. Probably. I can't possibly see any problems arriving from this thing. But oh well, time to start launching this beautiful rocket. We are going to go over here to drop a rover. We probably are going to drop the rover, come back, resupply the rocket again, and then go at it again. So yeah, I think that's probably for the best, because it's going to take a little bit of time until the okay, until the rover is able to build the protective slab, the platform, and then we still need to start sending resources, and then the rover still needs to build the ladders and the platform and all of that, so yeah, a lot of tasks for a simple rover to do. Well, my friends, our hydrogen mining rockets have returned with a ginormous load. Look at the amount of stuff that we are offloading. Now, the fact that we are offloading a little bit of water over here actually comes to benefit us. We need to put water over here, right? So let's just activate this thingy over here. Request some more water to be outputted through there. And let's fill up our steam chamber with a little bit of water over here. And yeah, my friends, this automation is really nice, because I was talking about these rockets without realizing that this had already returned, being resupplied and ready to roll again. So it's just a matter of selecting one asteroid field and sending the rocket again into space. Nice! Let's continue gathering as many resources as we can. Alright, my friends, as I was doing some resupplying operations over here, our rockets have arrived over here. Pretty nice. So let's go into our rocket, select the rover module, land it right there. Let's go into the world, witness this moment. First, touchdown in the water world, even though it's still just a rover. But well, it is a good start, I suppose. Now, little rover, let's hope that we have enough materials in here to create at least one protective slab around this planet. Alright, my friends, now this is going to take a little bit of time, so I'm just going to send the rocket back into our main planet, resupply it, and once we have all the things that we need over here on this planet, we'll return with our colonization dupes. Alright, my friends, so our rover over here has made quite a dent on this planet. We already have the slab ready, meaning that no... Oh, hello. No interplanetary payloads should be lost to the monsters that live beneath. All of them should be contained over here, which means we should go over here and request, let's say, some obsidian to start with. Minerals, obsidian, and some wolframite as well to start making electrical grids and stuff like that. We are going to need that as well, so wolframite. And we are also going to need some glass, but glass we don't have, so I should probably start making a few more bits of those as well. Well, my friends, this rover is making a very good job. We already uncovered a polluted water vent, which is pretty nice. Getting polluted water at 30 degrees is very, very nice. We first need to remove all of this water first, but we'll get on to do that now. Unfortunately, the rover is starting to run out of juice, so I thought to myself, the rocket is already resupplied, we are already sending resources that way. How about we call in our crew and wait in orbit of this planet for a little bit until we have all the things that we need over there, and then we can start... did I select the correct rocket? Yes, I did. And then we can start thinking about the colonization efforts. Alright, let's go. Let's launch this rocket as well. I'm going to grab myself a little bit of ice. Ice and polluted ice. You know, just to get that thing as well. Could you please? Thank you. So that we can get that little bit of extra water into our colony as well. It's a one-time thing. Maybe we even get an artifact out of it. Now, time to resupply these rockets, send them back. They are always getting us useful things, but I shouldn't get too distracted as my primary focus is now this planet over here. Oh no, so young and yet so dead. The rover is now in shutdown mode, and we haven't yet built part of the things that we wanted to build. But oh well, the rocket is at 0.7 cycles away from its destination, so in 0.7 cycles we are going to have a new rover to continue the legacy of this one. Alright, here we go, rover number 2, deploy. You can deploy right there. There we go. I already increased the priority of these a little bit, so the rover should prioritize getting this built, so that we can then land our rocket and have our dupes help out in the building efforts as well. Alright, my friends, so I believe this rover has been operating for like just a couple of cycles, and that was more than enough to bring everything into its place. Oh, we are still being bombarded. Now. No. We already have everything waiting for a duplicate to build the platform, so let's select Travaldo as per usual and deploy the Trailblazer module into the water world. And there we go. First, dupe presence on this watery world. And the shell apparently is faster than the Trailblazer. Makes sense. Makes sense. There we go, beautiful. Now, Travaldo, please build this as fast as you can. Oh, and I completely forgot the radiation. Of course I did. Now, luckily for us, most of the work that they are going to do is underwater, not underground, but it will be more than enough to keep them shielded for quite some time. Alright, platform built. Let's land the rocket. Look at Travaldo, extremely happy for his new adventure. I'm pretty certain that he and Bubbles are going to enjoy being in here. Please don't get yourself hurt with rocket exhaust, Travaldo. And there we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, my friends, as per usual, first things that we do once we arrive on the planet, establish as much power production as we can. We have sent a bunch of glass so that we can achieve that end. After that, we just need to create a small little house over here to house all of our machinery, from the payloader opener, a couple of batteries and stuff like that. Right now, this is a vacuum, but we are going to close it off, obviously, and use a little bit of this oxalite that we have laying around to create an atmosphere to keep the temperature in check. Oh, also, to protect our dupes from the intense radiation, I have sent a couple of rad pills, I believe. One of these packets as the others. I sent around 40. something pills. Maybe they are already on the floor, I just can't see them. But if we go over here... Basic red pills, 47 units. Yeah, they are somewhere in the middle of this ginormous mess. Well, my friends, the game might freak out a little bit once we start displacing large volumes of water by doing things like this, right? Mining a ginormous amount of material from the map. But we have to do that. We need these resources. We need the sedimentary rock, sandstone, and all of this to build more stuff. So, well, I suppose that we'll have to pray to the gods of O.N.I that the game doesn't crash. Alright, my friends, so bare necessities are set up. I'm just going to need to fill up the liquid lock over here. I made a pitcher pump over here, and I'm pretty certain that our rover will do this task, which is pretty great. We are going to put a bunch of oxalite over here. We have to find it in consumable ore, oxalite, bam, bam. We should also build a fridge over here just so that we can put all of our radiation pills. And once we have good enough atmosphere in here, we can start thinking about building batteries and stuff like that. And once we have that, we can start thinking about pumping all of this water into the rocket ports over here. Now, doing some of this building around here, we have uncovered something. We still can't see a lot of it, but I already queued up this ladder precisely so that we can see what is going on over here. But I'm certain that we will find something very interesting. Oh, would you look at that! 2 more artifacts, my friends! 2 more artifacts. A useless machine and a Rubik cube. Nice, this is going to put us at a total of 6 terrestrial artifacts. Of course, once we find a way to come over here to grab them, there is still plenty of things in the way. Slow-moving objects here, my friends. It's raining a bunch of materials. It's so beautiful. Oh well. Like in other planets, we are just going to pretty much mine out all of the stuff that we can, so that we can see in the end what kind of resources will we be transporting. One thing I can tell you, we are going to be transporting all of this lime and fossil, because we are desperately going to need it. The graphite is whatever, it's a good resource to have, but not exactly super priority. Lime on the other hand, yeah, very, very high priority to get this thing out of here. Now, those won't be the only resources that we are going to be bringing. Water is the main focus, the main reason of us being in here, so 2 pumps over here to fill up the rocket as fast as we can, and one of the pumps is going to send its water through here to keep the things moderately chilled out. The water is kinda hot, but not hot enough to break all of the stuff, and then it just gets inputted into the rocket through here. I'm just waiting on a little bit of steel that I sent via the interplanetary launcher so that we can build the ports over here. Well, my friends, let's prepare to create a ginormous mess on our base. As long as the dupes can haul all of these solid water state thingies, we won't create a mess, but at the same time I don't doubt that my dupes will just drop a piece of ice here and there that will eventually melt and create a mess. Oh well, it is what it is. But the most interesting part is that we got ourselves a new artifact, the moon. Let's remove this thingy, analyze it, and put it in display. Once we completely remove all of the stuff from here, we will send the rocket once again back into space. Well, my friends, one thing I can tell you, this is going to take a while, but that's fine, that's fine. Our team of builder dupes are used to... what? Are used to challenges, so we are just going to leave them to their... to do their thing, right? And let's focus a little bit more on the home front now. Getting all of these rockets always in orbit is always a good idea, but I'm also upgrading my water reclamation system, given that we are now going to start receiving salt water. We need a way to convert it into clean water, and since we are already at it, how about we add a couple of pixel packs to let us know how the level of the water tanks are going. I know that we can clearly see that, but you know, a small detail doesn't hurt anyone. Now, my friends, I know that we could technically use our eyes, but where was the fun in that, right? With this, we now have gauges to let us know how are we doing when it comes to the water situation. So, in here we have water levels. This one is for polluted water. This one is for the brine, salt water, and clean water. And over here we also have a temperature scale for the clean water in our primary tank. So each sensor is set up 10 degrees at a part. This one starting at 10 degrees, ending at 35. So if we, for example, get below 10 degrees, this one is going to turn blue, letting us know it's very chilly. If we go above 35 degrees, we'll have this one to let us know, hey, things are pretty toasty in here. But yeah, something pretty simple and yeah, it was a little bit messy to build. I had to deconstruct a few things here and there, build ladders, blah blah blah. Let's just deconstruct all of these temporary scaffoldings and put the things that we had to deconstruct back in their place. Now, we are building all of this, and you might be wondering, don't we need salt water? And yeah, we do need salt water. But guess what? The temperature over here is still, well, toasty, shall we say? It's starting to drop to acceptable levels. So I might just send a rocket over here and start collecting these 35 degrees water. It's not exactly like super chilly, but eventually this geyser is going to become online again, and then this thing is only going to get hotter, so we might just take what we have and be happy with it. So you know what? Harry, instead of going to do some mining, is going to go and collect us some salt water. We still... Oh wait, there is one thing, however. We still need to build one final pipe. I believe... Oh no. Nope. Everything is built, it's just a matter of automation. Okay, let's send Harry there. And, well, once he comes back, he can take the mining rocket and go do some more mining. So, wait a second. What? Oh, I had another dupe selected, that was it. That's fine. That's fine. Well, this might take a little bit of time, but at least now we are finally transporting water into our planet, which is really nice. Salt water, especially because we have zero available salt water in our planet other than the occasional packets that we receive via the breeding pod. We don't really have a source of salt water, but that has changed now. Well, my friends, our episode is fast approaching its end, but I gotta say, our objective has been not only achieved, surpassed. We wanted to touch down on this planet, and we almost have, let's say, 50% of the stuff that needs to be built. Most of these thingies are mostly due to the distance that our dupes have to go, but oh well. I think we still have plenty of time. Yeah, look at the amount of oxygen that we have. We are pretty much set for a long stay in here. Our dupes will be able to build all of this throughout the next episode, and I hope that by the next episode we are already exporting clean water from this planet. But speaking about water, how are we over here? Why are we not sending more water? Because probably something over here is not correct, right? Yeah, the temperature probably was raised a little bit, but that's fine. We already have half of this tank filled up. Soon all of them should be filled up, and this rocket will return back to the home planet. Alright, my friends, so we are set for the future over on this planet. Now, on our main base, there is not really a lot of things that need to be done. I'm just doing small things here and there, like for example, I'm going to try and reclaim a little bit of space. We're going to increase the size of our water tank, push the carbon dioxide cleansing system a little bit downwards, and this way we should be able to reclaim this system, this level over here, from this minuscule industrial area that we have, the internal industrial area of our base. We might be able to push all of these buildings down, and this way we can get ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4 extra apartments, which is always very nice. But oh well, my friends, as this cycle comes to an end, so must this episode. We got all of our objectives done, at least when it comes to this planet over here. We are on our way to get the clean water out of this planet and into our main base, and we are also transporting a bunch of salt water. This rocket is almost full, which means that soon enough we'll have all of that salt water in our main base, which is going to be just fantastic, my friends. But all of that is for future me to do. But with all of that said, my friends, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and that you are enjoying the series so far. If you are, please consider subscribing and help the channel grow. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye!